Welcome to Let's Play LEGO Star Wars Video Game Part 5. And I'm Ray Phoenix, of course, as usual. Of course it's Ray Phoenix, what else is gonna be? Do you think I'd get someone else to narrate Part 5 for me? Of course not. How many times have I ever gotten anyone else to narrate videos that's not me? So this time around we're coming across the greatest underrated, well he was underrated at the time really, Star Wars villain, Darth Maul. A lot of people consider him to be the second coolest Star Wars villain there is. Too bad he was short-lived, but I guess that's why they brought him back on Clone Wars years later. He was originally supposed to get killed at this point, I think. Spoiler alert, but then again, I think a lot of people kind of know what's coming up for Darth Maul. So you can see beginning, he sends his droids after us. This fight's actually a lot more cooler in this game than it was in the movie, ironically. And again, a lot of people would say this game itself is a lot better than those Star Wars prequel movies, because you know how much people love the prequels. So he's gonna send more droids after us. Whoop-de-dip-de-doo, more droids. Because I have good deflection skills, it's actually very easy to deflect blaster bullets in this game, since it's a lot easier than it was in Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles, even though this level's a lot like the last level in Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. It's very similar, because you play Darth Maul in the same kind of venue kind of thing. Oh, I got shot there. And Darth Maul only has 3 health at this part. There's only has a few health things at this part, so he has send them back, and there, he's gonna bring the bridge down. Over here, if you go over here, you can flick this switch. Remember, get as many studs as possible. However, I don't think you need as many studs in this level per se. I actually think this battle scene is one of the coolest battle scenes in the Star Wars saga. Or in the movie, we'd be playing Duel of the Fates. We'd be playing that in this game too, but I can't show that because I think you'll get copyrighted if I put Duel of the Fates. So I'm gonna give you, something else that's probably just as good. So, as you see here, we're going to use the Force, and we're going to build the bridge there. So here we get more money. There's this Naboo Starfighters. There's mini-kits in here. You can help fix the Naboo Starfighters. It's a little late for the Naboo Starfighters to be, taking off. I think there's already the battle going on in space. And I'm not even sure if there's anyone in there. So, Darth Maul probably scared them off or something like that. And so you see here, there's a mini-kit up here. You can hear that sound again that the mini-kit makes. So you see, we're going to send the Naboo Starfighter back up. I don't know, maybe it's autopilot. There's an autopilot and those things that are likely to get you killed, as Anakin stated. Because Anakin's in space right now with one of those Naboo Starfighters. I also think the Naboo Starfighter is probably the greatest starfighter in the Star Wars saga. It's just like the X-Wing, only it's faster, stronger, better. That's something I kind of noticed about the Star Wars prequels. They have better technology in the Star Wars prequels. They even have better technology than they do in the Star Wars sequel trilogy. The prequels look so high-tech. They have, highly advanced, sophisticated fighters and sophisticated machinery, so it looks a lot better than it did in the original trilogy. And yeah, this is 30 years before the original trilogy even happened. So, it's kind of impressive that Star Wars is it seems like as time goes on, technology gets worse. Some may say the same about real-life technology, too. Because like Windows 10 right now, the interface Windows 10 looks very, bland and boring. And Windows XP came out years earlier, and Windows XP has a very beautiful, vibrant, stylish look to it. And some people would say Windows 95 had a bland, stylish look to it. It's a bland style look to it. And I think Windows 10 looks even more bland than Windows 95. It all seems like they wanted to go back to the Windows 95 days, but even made it more bland. This is why you shouldn't let people that are, that really like, bland things work for your company. Just let that be a word of advice to everyone watching this video. If you have a bland personality, you're probably not going to not going to be successful in your, whatever your artistic field of study or even technology field of study. It's never good to be bland. Of course, people who made Windows 10 clearly didn't know that, and Windows 10 is also very annoying too. Remember back on Windows XP when you'd get a message or something like that, and it would just be a subtle little bubble that appears on screen, a subtle sound, and it comes up. And now with Windows 10, it's a whole dude. It kind of takes up a good section of the screen. It makes an annoying sound. I hope you like listening to that sound, because if you use Windows 10, you're going to hear those annoying sounds a lot. It also makes the device removal sound a lot too. So much to a point, I'm not even sure if it really is device removal. It just makes that sound for no reason at all. And some people wonder if Linux is ever going to beat Windows. That doesn't seem like the case. I also think game systems in the past were more advanced, in which they could connect to more different types of TVs through AV cables, and they ran cartridges. Cartridges are a lot better than discs in a lot of ways, because cartridges are, they're more durable, they last longer. Sure, they can't have voice acting or cinematics in them, but I still think the cartridge technology is very good in which, it's very durable and things like that. I used to slide cartridges over the floor all the time, and I would say if you did that to a disc, it probably wouldn't work anymore. Cartridges are, in a lot of ways better than discs. That's part of why, well, that's not the real reason why these systems. I judge systems based on the actual games that are on them. And then again, my favorite system is the PS1, and that's a disc-based system. I have more games for PS1 than I do on any other system there is. PS2 is really good too, and that was a disc-based system. But then again, GameCube was kind of weird. It was like a mix between the two things. It's like, what do I say? It's like the worst of both worlds kind of thing. The GameCube discs are primitive like cartridges in a lot of ways. They lack cinematics, and they lack voice abilities that regular discs have. And they can only, they're durable like discs, and they're fragile and durable, they're discs. So it's like you combine the worst qualities of cartridges and combine it with the worst quality of discs, and you get the GameCube discs. It was really small GameCube discs. I was intrigued by those when I first saw this. I thought, whoa, cool, that's freaking wizard. They have those small little discs, those little GameCube discs. They make computer discs like that too, I remember. The first MP4 player I ever got. I got it for Christmas back in 2006. It came with a small little disc like that, where you could just put it into your computer to install the software. For some reason, the computer can't read GameCube discs either, because in some of these emulators, like this PS2 emulator, in theory, if I owned an actual copy of LEGO Star Wars, the video game, for the PS2, in theory, what I could have done was I could have just taken the disc and put it into my portable disk drive. It only works on my Windows 10 computer, which doesn't have its own disk drive. So I have to take my portable disk drive, I even put the disc in there, and I can in theory play the game from the disc. However, who wants to do that? That's a bit of a hassle. No one likes doing that. That's why I was able to find the ISO image for LEGO Star Wars the video game and on the PS2 and just, play it like this. But GameCube, you can't put a disc into the computer for GameCube. You actually have to just get the ISO images, which GameCube ISOs take up a lot of space. ISO images, which are pretty much ROMs for disc-based games and software, they take up an incredibly large amount of space. You can't fit a lot of those. It's not like cartridge. If you ever advanced cartridges don't take up as much space. So you can take so you can fit like hundreds. Like I have a memory stick thing filled with hundreds and hundreds of Game Boy Advance games. I have another one filled with hundreds and hundreds of N64 games and Sega Genesis games. So they barely take up any space at all. But for disc systems like PS1, PS2, GameCube, you can't really do that. I kind of noticed that a bit with Sonic CD. I was playing Sonic CD on the Sega CD, and it's my emulator, my Fusion 364 emulator. It's supposed to play Sega CD games, so you have to install separate BIOS for that. But I eventually got that to work, and I got to play Sonic CD on my Sega, Fusion 364 emulator. So now I can play the legit, Sega CD version of Sonic CD and not the PC version that comes with the Sonic Gems collection. Apparently the Sonic Gems collection, even though it says it's on Sega CD, it's actually the PC version of it. Someone brought that to my attention once. Which is kind of a scam on Sega's part, but again, I don't know, maybe the PC version's better. A lot of the time, PC versions of games often are better, as I kind of said in one of these earlier videos. That's because PCs are like powerhouses with graphical technology. PCs actually are better than game systems in a lot of ways. They could do a lot more, they're more versatile, they have better graphics. But the reason why people prefer game systems typically is because game systems, it's more convenient, it's more easier to turn on. But again, PCs are becoming easier too, or becoming easier and easier to use too. So eventually, PCs very well will replace game systems one day. That's kind of what my PC's doing right now too. Eventually, that's the future of classic gaming. No one's gonna buy game systems anymore. Now people are gonna say, why buy what I can get for free? So people instead are just gonna get emulators in their PCs. They can play all their favorite games or all their favorite systems. And those might be the only way to play them too, because with Atari 2600, you have to use that weird thing where you unscrew the back of a TV and put those twin metal wire things into that screw thing to get the... I've seen the AVGN do that, where he has to put his Atari systems into his TV like that. I don't even think new TVs have those anymore. I don't even think I own a TV that has one of those. Even my 90s TVs that I use for playing all these classic games don't even have those anymore. So, how would I play an Atari 2600 then? The only way I could really do it now is through emulators. So many mini kits up there, we can't get those, all because we need Jar Jar Binks for that. Yep, Jar Jar Binks. They should have just given him a lightsaber and made him use the Force, and he could have been the greatest Jedi in the Jedi Order. The Jedi Order never would have went extinct if it wasn't for if Jar Jar Binks was a Jedi. He'd be a fierce warrior, and he could very well destroy the Sith. But unfortunately, that's never gonna happen. That's not what Lucas had in mind. It was all George Lucas's fault. He controls everything in these movies. That's why his movies turned out the way they were. You see, when any movie or show or comic or anything is made, they have multiple drafts and they script, and they have more than one people involved, a bunch of different people involved in the scripting process for creative feedback, creative insight. That's pretty much happens in any movie ever made. That's why movies are the way they are. If it wasn't like that, there wouldn't be really any good movies if they all were like that. But George Lucas seemed to fire the people who used to question him creatively a long time ago. So yeah, that's why I never really see it anymore. So Obi-Wan's gonna try to play the superhero right now to fight Darth Maul. And look at that, Darth Maul's gonna use his Dark Force on him. This is one of the first times in this franchise you ever see a Sith Lord or a bad guy use like a Dark Force power like that. We later see there's other times later on where we're gonna do, I remember the last level of Return of the Jedi in LEGO Star Wars 2, just something like that when you fight the Emperor and he has like 4 things. Alright, there we go. Oh, looks like Qui-Gon got it in the gut. Unfortunately, Qui-Gon is dead now. Yep, Qui-Gon Jinn, who's a good Jedi, one of the best we have, and now he's gone. So his sidekick, Obi-Wan Kenobi, has to be the hero now, and be the guy that trains Anakin, pretty much be like I don't know. And then he gets his lightsaber lost. Oh look, Qui-Gon's is still there. So Obi-Wan's gonna use Qui-Gon's Irish lightsaber, and he's gonna go and look at that! Whoa, just like in an anime, where he jumps over like that and slashes the villain in half. I'm sure that happens in anime all the time. And Qui-Gon kicked the bucket. And he's like, train the, what is it? Has to speak up, train the, he kept saying train the, what's train the boss supposed to mean? Oh, you mean train the boy? Oh, train Anakin. Okay, good. We got our super kit piece. Got some more mini kits as usual. Now we're ready to witness the ending of Phantom Menace. It's celebratory music that goes to the same rhythm of the Emperor's theme from Return of the Jedi plays. Oh look, there's the Grinch again with Jar Jar. The Grinch is gonna grab the orb, he's gonna hold it, he's gonna throw it, and all the citizens here are probably gonna do stuff to him or mess with him or something like that, which is gonna make him steal Christmas. Good thing it's not Christmas Eve right now, because tonight the Grinch is gonna come to, well, if it was Christmas Eve, the Grinch would come to everyone's house and steal stuff for them. So that's the end of Phantom Menace, the first story of this game. This is Ray Phoenix, signing out.